leave it all behind you. I said, take down everything that stands in your way. Don't stop believing it'll work out again, my friend. Stand out and be a part of everything good. Wake up, you're gonna be all that you should. Try out all the things you always wanted to be. You'll see, 'cause I know what I know, that you've got it in you, and I see that you are a winner.
Well, this might just be the stupidest subject I've ever discussed on a YouTube video. It certainly is one that I never thought I would take time to address. But it's bothered me enough that I thought I would make a video and say what I think. This started a couple days ago when I was downtown waiting for my bus to do a road relief. So I had my uniform on, and I was all ready to go. And the President Obama was in town, so the traffic was a complete nightmare. And there was a black homeless guy standing at this bus stop, and we were talking about various things, and I mentioned, oh, the traffic's really bad because President Obama is here in town. Oh, you mean the faker? He said. I'm like, oh, I take it you don't care for President Obama. Well, this guy turned out to be the king of conspiracy theories. He started ranting and raving. Now, he's a clearly just a little off his rocker, and he's a man, so I had to bite my tongue and not say what I thought of the very disgusting things that were coming forth from his lips. I had to hold back and just kind of go, uh-huh. Okay, yeah. Obama's gay. Obama's not from this country. On and on and on about he's not born here, and just this guy went on about the most ridiculous things, and I'm just like, whatever. But what the pinnacle of stupidity of the things that this man had to say was that Michelle Obama is really Michael such and such, and that she was born a man. And he said, you don't believe it? You just need to Google it. It's on the internet. Because if it's on the internet, it's got to be true. So Michelle's a man. Okay. So I did. I got home. I was very curious. I wanted to know how. I never heard of this particular flavor of conspiracy theory before, so there it was all over. It's like, really? Apparently Joe Rivers thought it was true, and that was another conspiracy theory. Interesting that she was killed, that she died from a simple surgery shortly after she said that she thought Michelle Obama was a man. And the other thing is that the daughters aren't their actual children, that they were adopted because the girls don't resemble their parents. And there are no baby pictures of these daughters, at least not in circulation. So it was just an interesting kind of fun thing to watch these videos about all the reasons why we think Michelle is really a man, and Obama's gay, and it's actually a gay couple in the White House right now. Obama with his male significant other pretending to be a woman, and the girls are adopted. That's what this guy was ranting and raving about. And he was very religious too. Oh, God sees their sin. They are abominations. This is all a horrible joke that they're keeping under wraps. They are going to be burning in hell one day. They will pay for their sin. On so many levels, I find this offensive. Okay, first of all, in addition to Googling the stupid stuff, I also Googled things like Michelle Obama's childhood pictures. Pictures of her as a little girl. So I don't think she was born a boy. She's a little girl. And here's the other thing, even if she had been born with male genitalia, if she identified as a woman all her life and felt that she was a woman all her life, why is that so terrible? Why is it terrible for her to want to be true to what she feels in her heart of hearts that she is? What's wrong with being true to yourself? What's wrong with having a... Okay, let's just imagine, let's pretend for just a moment that Obama is gay. Why is that a bad thing? Here we have hordes and hordes of Americans that actually want Trump in the White House. Trump with his I can't think of the word. Honestly can't think of the word now. All of a sudden it just completely eluded me. Casinos. There it is. With his casinos and his little strumpet of a wife who, I'm sorry, nobody is going to convince me that she did not marry him for his money. So she's an opportunist. Clearly he married her because she's, pretty, and that's all that matters to him about women. They have to be beautiful, otherwise they really have no value. He ogles his daughter. He's like, oh, yeah, if I wasn't her father, I'd totally go after that. He's disgusting. His opinion about women is just beyond slimy. Oh, but we're gonna have that guy with the morality of a gutter rat in the White House. Okay, that's okay, apparently, but it's not okay for a gay person to run this country. Why? Why is that a problem? Why? What difference does it make? What they are, the kind of who they're attracted to physically? What does that have to do with being able to run the country well? And that's another thing that really bothers me is why does it? Where's this rule that says that presidents have to have a significant other or a spouse? You have to be married to be the president. There has to be a first lady. Or if Hillary wins, then, well, she's got Clinton, first man. Why can't a single person, or a single gay person for that matter, be president? Why does the president have to be married? I don't understand. But anyway, back to the whole thing about Michelle. What offends me is I am a bigger person. I've been tall all my life. Yeah, I'm a big girl. As far as my size, and it's just if Michelle Obama were a little petite, fragile-looking creature, this would, and especially if she was a white, little, petite, fragile-looking creature, this would never even come up. This would not even be something people talk about. But because, I'm pretty sure it's partly because she's black, but also because she's athletic. She has musculature. She's muscled. She's tall. She's large. Oh, she must be a man. Look at those shoulders. No woman would have shoulders like that. Look at her hands. Her ring finger is almost as long as her. No, what is it? Yeah, I guess in this one video that I watched, they were saying that her ring finger was longer than her index finger or something like that, and they were saying that that's a sure sign because her fingers are like a man's. Well, check mine out. See this one? Longer than this one, yes? Yes? Y'all agree this one's longer than this one? That's what they were saying is one of their proofs that Michelle Obama is a man. Well, I guess I'm a man. Funny thing, I seem to be missing some equipment. Wonder how that happened. Never had it. Never wanted it. I honestly have never had penis envy in my entire life. I was born a tomboy. I don't care much for dresses. I don't care much for dressing up. I like being outside. I like camping and hiking and fishing and all those things and hunting for fossils, which I miss doing. But anyway, I like spelunking. I like the one time I skydived, I loved it. I loved my motorcycle. I just, am I a proper woman? Maybe people should start, well, gee, maybe she's really a man. Anyway, it just offends me because it's like, the whole thing about the stigma, or the whole thing about larger women, when a larger woman who isn't very beautiful, who's just plain, gets sad and cries, men don't feel the urge to come up and hug them and, oh, it's okay. Oh, they're just like, God, go away. You're raining on my parade. It's annoying for men when they see a larger, plain woman who is sad, who needs comfort. That's annoying. But if it's a little petite, cute woman who's sad, they go up and they hug her. It's okay. It's okay. They're protective. They feel protective and nurturing. But not if it's a bigger woman. Even studies have shown that plain, ordinary little babies don't get as much hugs and love from their parents as cute babies do. Plain, big, whatever women especially, I think it might not be quite as bad for plain boys. But anyway, they get a raw deal. And here's Michelle. I can't even imagine how she must feel when hopefully she's never had to see these videotapes or whatever my age is showing. Videos. Hopefully she's never seen them. Hopefully she's never read these articles. Because it's insulting. Just because she's big, we're going to have to assume that she used to be a man, of course. That's the first conclusion I would jump to. She used to be a man. And then, like, this is a bad thing? Well, okay, even if she used to be a man, what does that have to do with anything? If Obama's gay, what does that have to do with anything? Oh, they're going to rot, they're going to burn in hell. Yeah, right. And your evidence that hell exists is where? And your evidence that gods exist is where? Oh, you have a book. It says so in your little book. Yeah, so we're going to judge and point to people and call them names and ostracize them and say that they're abominations. Kind of like what the Nazis did to the Jews once upon a time. Yeah. Anyway, it's really bothered me since I saw that. I'm just like, really? And the fact that people believe this? Really? But then again, the level of stupidity that exists in America, I had no idea that it was as prolific as it was until Trump came along. And I'm like, wow. There's so many incredibly stupid people. Any person who would look at that man and think he is fit to run this country, and especially women. What woman in her right mind would support a man who thinks that a woman's value is based on what her looks are, and immediately assumes women are less capable than men? Well, yeah, I think women should get equal pay, but only if they can work as on par with a man. If they do the same work as a man. Really? Why didn't he say, well, yeah, I think women should get equal pay? Well, actually, that wouldn't work. Why don't you never hear someone say, well, if a man works equally to a woman, he should get equal pay? Because I'm sorry, in some fields, women outstrip men as far as their performance. Do men deserve to be paid less if they can't keep up with a woman? You never hear that. It's only if the woman can't keep up with a man, then she shouldn't get equal pay. We're just going to assume that the woman can't keep up, not the other way around. We're just going to assume the woman is less capable. That's Trump's world, and that's Trump's opinion of women. And a lot of Muslims, men's, and Christian men's opinion of women as well. It all comes back to religion, except I don't think it's true with Trump. I just think he's a dick. I don't think in his case it has anything to do with religion. I just think he's a fucking dick. And he has no business anywhere near the White House. Let's make America a giant casino, because that's what would happen if that piece of shit was to run this country. But again, I digress from the point of my video, which is larger women have a harder time. And I'm sorry, but Michelle Obama is a beautiful, attractive, capable, athletic woman. And she is as much of a man as me. And then they have these pictures of her with a voice box that shows, or a lump in her skirt that must be a penis. Yeah, must be a penis. Photoshopped, perhaps? How legitimate are these pictures? I've never seen any pictures of her looking like a man. I think she looks like a very beautiful woman, and she was a very cute little girl. Just look up images of her as a child. There they are. But again, even if she was transgendered, even if she had changed her gender, what does this have to do with anything? Why does this make her less of a person? What if Obama was gay? Why would that make him any less of a person, or give him any less right to be the president? He didn't go to office because he was straight. He went to office because he was the one that people believed in, that they thought he could do the job. It had nothing to do with what he had in his pants, or how he, who he was attracted to. Yeah, I just feel so much levels of shame about America right now. I just can't believe that there can be so many people in this country with this mentality. But where you really see it so much more prominently are in the states where Christianity has totally infested that state. You take Christianity and put it anywhere, it's the same as Islam. When it becomes the majority of the population, bad things happen. It's a poison. Christianity is a poison. Islam is a poison. It creates people like this. It creates this mentality. People like this who proudly say, well, they're going to burn in hell one day. For what? Does somebody deserve to be tortured forever for being true to who they are? For wanting to live their one life on this earth, being true to who they are? Oh, or should they do it the way you think they should and walk around pretending for their whole life that they're something they're not? Just to make you feel better. We can't have anybody on this planet be different. No, everybody needs to act just like me and think just like me and believe exactly the same way I do. Otherwise, they're somehow less. It's funny when you're a little kid. When you're a little kid, you hear this from everywhere. You hear this from your teachers. You hear this from your parents. You hear this from pastors at church. You hear this from every adult you run into pretty much. You're special. You're just so special. You're unique. There's nobody else on the entire planet that's just like you. You're one of a kind. And God loves you just the way you are. You're just so special and unique, and God loves you. That's what you hear when you're little. Sadly, for some people, when they get bigger, they get to hear, God loves everybody so much, except for you, because you're different. They don't hear you're unique, you're special, God loves you exactly as you are. They don't get to hear that anymore. Instead, they hear, God loves everybody so much, except for you. And I really hurt for the people that have to hear that message. What a horrible message, and it's just one of so many horrible messages that these cults put out, Christianity and Islam. I would think Obama was a capable president, whether he was gay or straight. I would think Michelle Obama was a beautiful woman, whether she was a woman her whole life or whether she had been born a boy, a man, and she changed her gender. Doesn't lower her in my eyes at all to something less. She's Michelle Obama, somebody that has done some good in this world, unlike so many people that just like to hurl stones at people, and what have they done for the planet? This has turned into a long video. It's just upsetting to me, the whole, because she's big, we're going to assume she's a man. We're going to, well, is she even a woman? Look at her shoulders. Look at how big she is. Look at her muscles. Look at her. Look at the size of her hands. She must be a man. It's really very offensive to any woman who's bigger. Must be a man if you're bigger. You know, real woman. And it's going on with the whole bathroom thing too. You know, a little petite, cute little woman isn't going to get thrown out of the bathroom and have people assume or think she might be, you know, transgender. She's not going to have that happen. Only a big woman is going to be in danger of being humiliated publicly for just needing to go to the bathroom. So this is discrimination against women who aren't the little cookie cutter idea of what a woman is supposed to look like. Anyway, sorry for the rant. It's just upsetting to me, and I wanted to say what I thought. If you've been watching, thanks. Bye.
I am absolutely convinced that the main source of hatred in the world is religion. And I think it should be religion treated with ridicule and hatred and contempt.
Share the same weather, winter or summer, May or September, the 4th of whenever, it's better together. Let's get together. Home is where